Hello there, this is Lucy, and you're on the channel Selling with Lucy. Today we will talk about the newly introduced feature, and it's how to become a star Etsy seller. There are a lot of features that were introduced recently on Etsy to Etsy sellers that come in handy and could bring you more customers, more positive 5-star reviews, and of course more revenue. You might seen that some of the sellers get those badges that says Etsy Peak. Of course you could see that someone has a best-selling listing amongst others. But honestly, it was decades when no one knew anything about other sellers' experience, results, or processes. And this new feature, Etsy Star Seller, will give the opportunity to each seller to understand, are they above the competition or just getting behind and they need to do something to make their shop look better and their customers to be even more satisfied. Before we talk about all the details, all the pros and cons and current problems that Etsy sellers are facing when this feature was introduced, let's think about why on earth this feature even came out from the minds of Etsy developers and staff. When the customer opens your listing and just seeing what is introduced in your shop, what items do you have, and what is interesting is there for them, they are really interested in your items and want to get to know more. Probably they do have questions and they are waiting patiently for your reply. Of course, after placing an order, people may think that something is wrong when they don't see the tracking info as it could be present for some big e-commerce sites. I've experienced this with that site that is called asos.com, and it's really painful to wait 30 business days without any info because the item is not tracked. And after those 30 business days, and it's a lot to wait when you are ordering, for example, summer clothes, it should come to you in the end of the summer. And you don't have anything just to look at. And in the end, I've got an answer from ASOS that my parcel was lost and they will place a cashback for my card, and I wasn't satisfied. And since then, I'm not a customer on that e-commerce site because I do have other sites where I can buy a tracked parcel with very similar clothes with the same quality and quantity, and I'm the happy customer there. So this thing about tracking parcels and times that are required for customer to wait for their parcel to be ready to ship, this is crucial and this is very, very important. What is interesting about star ratings is it's an important part to work about in your shop because those stars are usually given by people who really love your shop or your items, or you can get those stars usually bad from people who really hate your items or shop or delivery times. So this is times when you should to understand what went wrong and just learn from your mistakes and do your business better, to understand customer needs better, and it's a really great area of improvement that should be done by every Etsy seller. And of course, if you really want to become a star seller. So, you've got an email from Etsy that you should check your star seller dashboard and see what is your current progress. I really want to congratulate you because this means that you've met some star seller criteria, and let's look at them more closely. So firstly, if you are selling in other currencies than United States dollars, you may not qualify with your items to be an Etsy star seller. So we're looking for Euro, Australian dollars, Great Britain pound, and Canadian dollars. So if you are listing those items for 10 or 15 or less, then these items does not qualify to be a part of Etsy Star Seller program. And for newly Etsy sellers, if you do not have 10 orders within the period that you've started your shop, then it is time for you to do a great job to acquire more customers and just to wait a little bit so you will be able to qualify with this factor. So you may see that your minimum orders is not complete and you don't have those 10 orders, so you are not there yet and you just need to push a little bit harder and to do your work at your best. Another criteria behind the 10 orders that you should make is the overall sales amount that you should make to become qualified to Etsy Star Seller program. On average, it is $300 of goods that you should sell on Etsy on the given period of time. So if you did not qualify for this criteria, then you will have this type of message on your screen in the Etsy Star Seller section in your shop. So this is time just to do your work at your best. I think that it will not be a problem for you because definitely you have a great product and people are interested in this product, and it just like days or some couple of weeks before you will be able to sell those goods to customers who will really enjoy your products. On Etsy Help, you may find other criteria that are important to qualify for this badge in your shop, and now I would like to talk in detail about some things that are really bothering lots of Etsy sellers, and let's move on to them. The first question that arrives to an Etsy seller is, how can I do those replies fast and smooth and in 24 hours time manner? Yes, you could have just like couple of percentages before your 95% qualification for a star seller. What should you do? Of course, you need to just answer those questions. There are questions that do not require an answer, and this is anything that relates to spam questions. You should, starting from now, mark them as spam questions, and in this case, they will not count for this program, and this is awesome. If you are a seller with long hours job, you have a family, kids, or other things to be bothered, then it could be really handy to use those automated replies, and from now you should just consider this feature and start using them. And if you are using your time just to create your products, or it is a weekend or public holiday or any times when you cannot respond in this 24 hours manner, you just have to set the automated reply and it will count as a reply, and you will not be disqualified from Etsy Star Seller program, and that is very awesome. And as Etsy says, only first answer really counts for the Etsy Star Seller program, so the whole conversation should not be solved, and you do not have the last word in any conversation to qualify for Star Seller. The only first answer from you as the owner of the shop really counts. And this just makes sense because customer reaches to you and they really want your opinion or your answers, and they are interested in your goods. And it is in your favor that you just answer them, talking about your goods, make more sales, and getting your 5-star reviews after that. On-time shipping and tracking is really tricky for a lot of sales. On-time shipping and tracking is really tricky for a lot of sellers. Lots of sellers did not use and send any tracked parcels prior to this new feature, and starting from now they should do this because probably, and it is not said that it will not influence your search results of your shop and your listings, but it probably will someday impact your listing SEO. So you should consider using those tracking labels. If you haven't used those tracking labels, then probably you see a very low score in your Etsy Star Seller program. What should you do? Where to run? How to solve this? Just start using tracking numbers. You can buy them from any postal service. You can buy them from Etsy. And this will solve your problem. For Etsy, you will be a perfect star seller for your customers. It will be very useful because they will know where their parcel is, and they will be just as happy as they can be. You may think about digital products, but they are not impacted by this program. If you sell only digital products, it will not impact those listings, and you do not have to add any tracking labels for those listings. But on the other hand, you may not able to participate in Etsy Star Seller program if your listings only consist of digital products. Lots of sellers are really worried about setting higher prices for their parcels, and they really worry that their customers won't choose them because the prices will be very high. This is the time when you really need to understand your priorities. If you really want to give those customers the same time, the same quality of service and the same prices, then probably the Etsy Star Seller program isn't there for you. But I would rather set a higher price for delivery and give those customers a right to track their orders and to understand what is happening, because if you as a buyer understand what's happening with your parcel, and it could even probably fly to you overseas from other countries outside US, or it could be a very long ride within US. In this case, you would be much more happier customer if you see your time tracking. And this is crucial when we are talking about excellent customer service, which Etsy is really focused lately. And of course, Etsy was focused on it all the time, but times are changing and customers require even more sensitive time tracking that we never seen before. Another interesting case came from the Etsy seller who said that there is no opportunity to sell digital products without placing them as physical products. And this Etsy seller was sending digital items through the email by herself. And this is the moment when Etsy sellers should prioritize their structure of the shop, because there is a lot of options to set digital only listings and to sell them as digital products. And in this scenario, you don't have to send those digital items to your customers by yourself. It is really useful that Etsy is doing this just right for you, because you're downloading all your digital items to your listing, and only if your customer really wants to upgrade those listings or just to have them on another file type, you should send those custom listings, custom files to your customer through the email. But it really saves time when you do not send those files to your customer directly. Yes, you're right, these are cats. I love cats, so let's just talk about one more question that appears to Etsy sellers with them. So, lots of Etsy sellers send the parcels and do that by their own. How do they do that? They say to Etsy that is a local pickup delivery, and they are either delivering these items for their customers on their own and present those parcels directly to the hands of their customers in their city, or just do that in their own shop that they said to show their customers their items. And this is awesome. But lots of that buyers do not use any of shipping labels. So eventually the very low rating in this section will appear to those Etsy sellers who are delivering items by themselves. I see that there is no other solutions to these problems. One just need to buy Etsy labels or other labels that will track their items directly to the customer. And this is fair because on the other hand, Etsy won't be able to solve any customers' problems that could appear and are appearing on daily basis. I'm sure that these are not the whole amount of problems that Etsy sellers could face with this new Etsy Star Seller program. And I'm really excited because eventually, starting from the 1st of September 2021, we will see who has this badge, who does not. I'm really excited because each and every one of us will understand who is their competitor and how their competitors doing, how our shops are doing, how we will be able to create even better customer experiences and us as business owners as well. I'm really hopeful that this video sheds some light on this new feature that Etsy currently started. We are having a whole month to work on our ratings and do our best. And this was Lucy. We were talking about the newly started Etsy Star Seller program. If you have any questions, please write them below and I will be answering them directly or in future videos. In other videos, we will talk about how to create even better customer experience, how to create your best-selling sale titles and tags, and there are a lot of exciting things that are coming. So please feel free to subscribe and like this video, and see you soon on this channel.